And we are live at Bobby Lackey Stadium, where it is a victory for the Weslaco Panthers, 21-0 over the Hanna Golden Eagles. Carlos Robledo along with Mike Gonzalez. Let's take a look at the highlights in this one, where it was 0-0 at the half before the Weslaco Panthers went to work here in the third quarter. And this is Isaiah Ramos running with the football right here. Goes in for the score, and it's 7-0 Weslaco Panthers going in for the score. Then great defensive play by the Panthers all night long, pitching the shutout tonight right here, forcing a punt by the Hanna Eagles. Then the Panthers once again go to work. AJ Gonzalez looking to pass right here, finding his man Antonio Barrera. Critical first down play right there. Then what do? You give it to number 4. Why not? All night long, down to the 2-yard line right there. Isaiah one more time punches it in for the score. 14-0 Weslaco. Then the big play right here. Justice free from behind, forcing the fumble, picking it up. Jesus Gonzalez made it 21-0 Weslaco Panthers, and they do get the shutout here tonight, winning their first district game 21-0 over the Hanna Eagles. Hello everybody, Carlos Robledo along with Mike Gonzalez, and it was one of those games, a lot of penalties, some turnovers in this game, but the Panthers pull it off.
I'm still trying to catch my breath, Carlos. I was a little nervous there at halftime where it was 0-0. I was like, oh my goodness, we're in a dogfight now. But, you got to give credit to Hanna for coming out and giving the Panthers a dogfight, coming out with a fight. And, the Panthers made some adjustments, got the running game going finally. They got it going a little bit in the first quarter, but then penalties got us in trouble. And then, backfield position got us in trouble. And then, we got it together in the second half. The defense with a shutout.
Okay.
Came out with a win.
Let's bring in Coach Tony Villarreal, who is here with us now, as always, on the post-game show, and we'll bring on the rest of the players here in a minute. But first, Coach Tony,
hey, Coach. Congratulations.
Congratulations, a hard-fought victory here tonight, and I'm sure it at half, 0-0. What did you tell your boys there to turn it around here in the second half, Coach?
Well, first of all, Carlos, as coaches, we do our research quite a bit, and we knew that Brownsville was very talented, and those sophomores and juniors over there, they were district champs as freshmen in the Harlingen district. So the biggest hurdle that we had was to let our kids know that these guys are good football team. I don't think Brownsville gets the respect they need, and when we walked in there at halftime, I told you. So now you just got to wake up and play Panther football. So that was the biggest thing, and just, and the other thing, we had a big emotional loss last week, and I was I kind of felt that we were going to be a little flat coming out, and it all came true. But we stuck to the game plan, we stuck with the offense and the defense. We knew the defense was going to play well. They had a great running back, but I think Coach Moore and Coach Stroman did a hell of a job, and Coach Ramirez with the D-line, they played lights out.
Coach, this is a time of year, traditionally, as a Panther head coach, where you take it up a notch and you guys get going. Do you feel now that you got your first district win, you guys can now move forward and now bring it up a few more notches?
Yeah, it's a very interesting point, because we are a little slower in moving the football, and we rely a lot on defense, and that's because we play a lot of kids. And so the gel and the chemistry and the different sets, and we'll play 25 kids on offense. So that takes a while to make it gel. But when you do get it going, you always have sophomores and juniors coming back. The cover's never bare. You graduate Jonathan and Brian Guerra, you got Alex Lara, you got all those guys, and so you always want to come in with ball handling experience next year. So it takes a while. I mean, I could give the ball to one back, 30 times, and then next year we start all over again. And then, so we're real diversified, and that, I think, is just another level or concept of the misdirection, because you really don't know who's the guy, because we shift so many kids and move so many guys.
All right, Coach, so where is this team right now? Offense, fairly new players. What did you tell your team afterwards, and where is this team right now?
Well, I think we're still struggling a little bit, and I think if you look at the first half, we fumbled twice, and we had 4 or 5 major penalties. Mm-hmm. So, you really can't run much of it. I don't care what offense you run. You can run the spread. You can run whatever the heck you want to run, and you fumble the ball twice, and you get 4 15-yard penalties. It kills the drives.
Right.
it don't make a difference what you could be running the wishbone, the single wing. You're not going to get past anything. So it's really more about shooting ourselves in the foot, and that's always it's always been the first 3 or 4 games.
And it was when those penalties came.
Yeah, it's real
third down on fourth.
Yeah, real crucial. So we just gotta, hopefully we iron those things out. I think that the kids we're making. We made some different personnel changes, and it did cost us a little bit.
All right, Coach. I think everybody's getting used to this because all the players are now lining up to come on the set.
Well, I don't think they all played very well. I mean, wait a minute, but I will give some kudos to Trey Caballero. Played lights out tonight. I have to give compliments to Trey Caballero. He really played very hard, and that was the reason second half we're able to move the ball.
All right,
Well
Coach. We're going to let you
said,
go.
Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Coach. All right, so let's go ahead and bring on a couple of players. We got who we got coming up here, but go ahead and bring them on up here. We'll get 2 players on here. Number 80 is coming up here, and
Congratulations,
look
guys.
you guys up. Trey Caballeros, right? They were just talking about you. Congratulations, great victory here.
Congratulations.
And of course, we got number 34 also up here, who Jesus Gonzalez. First of all, Jesus, tell us a little bit about your scoop and score right there.
Well, every week, day in and day out, the coaches always preach never to give up on the play, and that's exactly what happened. Justice Free was there, and he hit the ball out. I just saw the opportunity, and I scoop and scored.
Absolutely. Talk to us. What's going through your mind right here? Are you just thinking goal line, touchdown?
Yes, sir. I needed to make the touchdown for my team. I love those guys.
That's a dream come true for you. I mean, not a lot of times defensive players don't get, that kind of opportunity to score a touchdown, so you must feel really good about that, huh?
Yes, sir.
I like you already because of your last name. I think you have the best last name in the world. I just thought I'd say that.
Thank you.
Trey, talk to us about tonight. It was a big game. You guys had to come back after a tough loss last week. Give me your thoughts.
After the game last week, it was a lot to go through, a lot we had to fix at practice, a lot of mental mistakes, mental errors. So this whole week we practiced hard. We didn't give up on anything. We came early to practice on B days, which we didn't have any athletic periods. We went the extra mile in order so we could come and prepare for this Brownsville team.
This isn't a Harlingen team or Los Fresnos or San Benito, those big teams, but they're a pretty good team. Hanna has certainly improved over the years.
Yes, sir. They're a heck of a team, but I told the guys on Thursday, we got to play for the man next to you, and that's how you win the game.
Trey, I noticed you have like a little cut right here on your nose.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. How was it pretty physical out there, huh?
It was very physical. This actually happened on the second play of the game, and I walked right off the field, and one of the trainers came up to me, and she was like, "You're bleeding. I need to put tape on your nose." I didn't even feel it, though. I mean, it's just real physical out there. You don't know what to expect, but you got to give it your all 100%.
Do we need to call a trainer out here?
No.
Still got a little gash out there. He's going to have a Band-Aid in the morning. All right, guys, congratulations. Great
thank
game.
you so
Defense
much.
played spectacular tonight. Y'all did a great job.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We'll bring in some more players also. Once again, it is a victory for the Weslaco Panthers, 21-0 here against the Hanna Eagles. Got some other scores to pass along here across the Rio Grande Valley because everybody's looking across 31-6A. And it is Weslaco East losing tonight to San Benito by a final score of 25-19. So they lose to San Benito, one of the top teams, just losing that game. And then also we got one more score to pass along to you. Harlingen South and Los Fresnos also in the 32-6A, and it's a final. Harlingen South defeats Los Fresnos 21-14. So those are finals across 32-6A. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Michael Martin, introduce yourself because your second game here now. I know that you were away for a while. Introduce yourself to the Rio Grande Valley. Had a great game tonight.
I'm Michael Martin. I'm a junior, and I just wanted to come out here and play with my dogs and get that W.
All right, so just talk to me. What was your mindset coming into the game? Do you know that they're going to give you the ball as much as you got? I know you played a little bit last week, but did you know that you were going to be instrumental in tonight's game?
Coming into the game, they told me that I was gonna be running the ball out of certain sets, and I was prepared for that. I was ready for whatever they had me to do. I was ready to go both ways, and that's what I did. I just wanted to go out there and do the best for my teammates and go out there and get that W because I knew how important that game was to get an 0-2 start. That would have been bad for us. So 1-1, we're still in the ball game, and I'm just glad we got the W so I can go out there and play with my boys.
I'd like to introduce now the punter of the Weslaco Panthers, Jordan Nichols. What was up with that? He's a punter now. Punter / linebacker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was just going to ask Mike, when did you find out you were going to start this game?
I knew coming into this game that I was going to start. I didn't know which way it was going to be, if it was offense or defense. I was prepared for whatever they had to give me, and I just want to go out there and get the W. Whatever they put me at, I just wanted to do my best and come out here and get the victory.
All right, Jordan, talk to me a little bit. When did you start punting for this team? I know you're one of those athletes. You can play any spot, but you went out there and punted. The first one was a little bit off to the side, but after that you did well.
I'm actually the second string punter, and I don't think there's a better punter in the Valley than this guy. You see his punt in the fourth quarter? That was, woo. But yeah, I've been second string for a while now. Just haven't had the chance to actually punt.
Jordan, this is your first shutout of the season, correct? The first shot of the season
Yes,
for
sir.
your defense. So just talk to me how good that feels and being able to bounce back like that after last week's tough loss.
I mean, it started with the defensive line. Marco De La Torre, Sam Posadas, Tony, Kevin, Justice Free. It's good to have him back. Those guys really set the tempo, and without them, we can't fly to the football, we can't run to the football, and hands down to those guys, man.
What were y'all thinking this week after coming off a loss, emotional loss last week, to Weslaco KWES and having to win this game? We don't want to say it's a must-win, but it was a must-win. So what were y'all thinking this week coming to this contest?
We saw it as a statement game. We needed to keep our heads up, and we needed to correct our little mistakes, and that's what we did.
Guys, guess who's coming up next? Harlingen High, over there. So, I mean, talk to me about the momentum you will carry into that game. I mean, this was such a huge win for you guys, to carry into next week because, Harlingen was a quote-unquote favorite to win this district. But, I mean, as we all found out early in the year, they are human, and they have lost a couple of games. But so you guys must feel pretty good that, hey, man, this district is still wide open. I mean, even though San Benito won today, but like Los Fresnos lost, Weslaco East lost. So, I mean, now a lot of teams are going to be 1-1.
It's always a good matchup with Harlingen, and I mean, we need to take it 1 week at a time, and we need to just adjust to their offense, and I'm more than sure the offense has adjusted to their defense, and we're just going to come out and play and do what we do.
Yeah, and that's one of those games where you've seen them before. You've played them already a couple of times in the playoffs, so it's not like a big mystery when you go in and play against Harlingen. But let's talk a little bit more about this game right here. 0-0 at the half. You guys couldn't be happy at that point. Michael, you go first.
Well, going in the half, we knew that we weren't playing the best. Defense was getting stops. Offense would get the turnovers at the goal line. And going into halftime, we're a second-half team. We went out there, we fixed our mistakes, made sure that we got everything we had to, and we just went out there and played the best we could, and we're glad we came out with the W, 21-0, and I think we played lights out second half, and that's the way we need to play all season if we want to go into the playoffs and win this district.
How'd you feel at the half, Jordan?
Defensively, I think we're playing really good. Offense really stepped up the second half. And shout outs to those guys, man. They kept their head up. They kept doing what they're doing, what they're told. They listened to their coaches, and that's why we came out with that W tonight.
Guys, this was Justice Free's first game of the season. Talk to me about what a difference maker he is for your team and your defense.
He's just a natural playmaker, man. You can't say any more than that. It's very hard to guard him. He's quick, he's lengthy, so he's a strong guy too. So it gives a lot of offensive fits.
I just want to add on that dude's a dog. You just throw him anywhere and he can play. He can play running back. He can play corner if he had to. But we're just glad to have him back, and he's a big impact.
And all right, guys. He makes a difference, doesn't he, to the unit?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Once again, Jordan Nichols, Michael Martin. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
And tomorrow they might be doing some scouting because Harlingen will be playing tomorrow night at Rivera on a Saturday night game. We have some new personnel coming onto the stage right now. And we'll bring A.J. Gonzalez, who had a fantastic game. Also, Brian Leal, also coming onto the stage. Final scores tonight to pass along. Once again, it was Weslaco 21-0, winning tonight. Harlingen South over Los Fresnos 21-14. San Benito over Weslaco East 25-19. Harlingen and Rivera will play on Saturday night. A.J., tough game tonight. I know that there were a couple of times where you had to sit out a couple of plays. How's your body? How are you doing?
I'm all right. It was just a little shaken up, but, I mean, I wanted to keep playing, so.
Guys, talk to me about, kind of rephrasing a little bit, but just, talk to me about the adjustments you guys made at halftime. Did you guys talk to the coaches? Did you guys talk to yourselves? What did y'all do to get things going in the second half?
Well, on defense, we were blitzing the whole night, and Coach Moore saw that it was working, so we didn't really adjust that too much. Like Jordan said, the line was on point today, so that's pretty much what won us the game.
Okay, Brian Leal, you're a linebacker for this team, so how does it feel to get that shutout?
Man, it feels great. It always feels awesome to pitch a shutout, and today was one of those big games that it got us back on track to play other big teams like Harlingen.
AJ, what adjustments did y'all make going into the second half? Did y'all see something in their defense that y'all were able to exploit much better than in the first half?
We just came out more aggressive. You know, we didn't really make mistakes in the first half. It was on me, but you know, the linemen, they blocked. You know, they blocked really hard for our backs, and you know, our backs ran really hard this game. So those are our adjustments.
4th down, you're at the 1-inch line. I thought it was a touchdown. What do you say? You were right there. Of course, they didn't call it. That would have been the first touchdown of the game. Talk to me a little about that play.
I wasn't in that play, but
so you had a better perspective from the sideline, but
yeah, it looked like a touchdown to me. Like
Right.
It looked like he went over the line, and then I guess they hit it or whatever. I didn't really get to see the play, but I thought it was a touchdown.
how did you guys keep your composure at that point? Because you all had some opportunities in this game. Some penalties held you back. You know, some untimely penalties as well. How'd y'all keep your composure for the game?
Well, you know, that drive, we were driving on them. I think we went 40 yards, you know, and our coaches on the sideline, you know, they were just like, you know, keep getting good ball get off. You know, our line was playing really good. They were very aggressive, so we just kept with the game plan.
What did you give a salute to defensive coordinator Ross Moore and the staff? What a job they did preparing for this game, shutting out Hanna.
Well, the whole week, they were on us all week. We wanted to really show that we are one of the best defenses in the Valley. And they just told us we're going to go back to our basics and we're going to do what we do, and that's shut people out.
It was kind of frustrating at the beginning. You know, at the half you go in 0-0. What was the coach telling you guys? Was it kind of loud in there, to say the least?
Well, you know, Jordan, he's a leader, and he came in there. He told the offense that, you know, we're doing our job. You need to pick it up. And I guess that got the offense going, and they got to score a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Did he kind of give that, we will not be beat, like just at the intro, the way he does it?
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
AJ, I know in that first half you had, I don't know, 1 or 2 interceptions. I don't want to give you too many. But in the second half, you came in and you made your adjustments. I saw you not go deep a couple of times, but kind of go underneath, you know, to Leal on a play or to Barrera on a play. Did you kind of make your adjustments there in the second half as far as when you came to your passing game?
Well, you know, at halftime, you know, the coaches were just telling me, you know, like, you got to step up, you know, you got a big player step up in big times, you know, and we were down 0-0. So in the second half, you know, I just made my check or my down reads and just did the little things right.
And you also ran with the ball one time. That's when you kind of, it was also one of those plays that was close. Your knee was down like at the 2-yard line. That was a very, very smart play as well. Nobody was open downfield. Your man was double covered. You just took off running. Very smart play. Talk to me about that play.
Well, you know, I saw my receiver, Mark Lauda, coming across, and I saw the defense all shifting. So I was like, well, there's nobody over here. So I just took the ball and I ran. And Rudy, my lineman, you know, he got a good block for me to get down in the, I guess, on the 1-yard line. I thought I scored, but it's all right.
How does it feel to win this one here? To win a victory here tonight. Of course, y'all beat Mercedes, which is a big victory. Had a nice crowd here. You still have some folks here. Just talk to me a little bit about that, you know, because there was a little bit of pressure for you guys to get this victory.
Well, it feels really good to win because, you know, last week no one really likes losing. Me personally, like, I hate losing, you know, even if it's like a little pickup basketball game or something. Like, that's just who I am. Like, I don't like losing, so that loss was pretty tough. And, you know, we just came in the next day, and we worked hard, and we worked out just hard this whole week, and we just did what we had to do to get the W.
Brian, talk to me a little bit about this week and getting ready for this game and trying to come up with a victory here tonight, feeling a little bit of pressure after last week.
Well, you know, we found out what our weakness was, and we just adjusted to it the whole time. And like I said, we went back to basics, we went back to fundamentals, we went back to tackling circuit, to wrapping up, to making big plays like that. Shout out to all the DNs this week, man. This game, they played great. In practice, they were on point the whole time. George Munoz had a great game, and so did Kevin Silva and Justice Free.
Guys, now you have Harlingen next week. I mean, it doesn't get any easier, does it? I mean, so you guys ready for the next one? You guys feel pretty good now?
Yes. As a competitor, you know, you always want to play in big games, and next week's going to be a big game, so we'll just see what happens.
All right. We'll let you guys go. Thank you very much. A big victory
Thank you.
for the Weslaco Panthers tonight.
Shout out to my O-line. I love you guys.
Hey, shout out to D-line!
Yeah, the offensive line, you got to give them credit.
Congratulations.
Brennan, Pettis, and company, congratulations, guys, for a victory here tonight. And now we'll just talk a little bit more about this game before we call it the night. But, Mike, one of those games where we were kind of surprised at the half that they were down. But once again, and Coach Villarreal said it right, there were some penalties there that just started moving the ball in the opposite direction.
It was kind of a similar thing like last week where penalties and field of position was hurting them. I mean, early in the game, it looked like they were going to score. I mean, there was like maybe 2 or 3 opportunities where like, hey, it looks like they're going to go down there and they're going to make something happen, but then a penalty hurt them. And I'm sure that those are things that they're going to need to correct, but at least they were able to do what they had to do at halftime. They talked about it, made the adjustments, and it's like Coach Tony said, I told you they were going to be tough, and sure enough,
and that's
woke them up.
And that's the thing that I wanted to talk about next is that we already know that this league or this division, this district is stacked. And I think now you got to move Hanna into that, team, a group of teams that can actually, contend for a playoff spot. Nothing is going to be guaranteed in this district.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Carlos. I mean, for a whole half, they stuck with the Panthers and played very, very well, and they took it to them. They moved the ball, too. I mean, their running back is a very good player, Jaime Gonzalez. I was pretty impressed with him, and their receiver, Cavazos, made some big catches, too. So, but, I mean, at least our defense was able to, make the plays when they needed to make plays, and then Justice Free with that huge hit and the fumble recovery for a touchdown by Gonzalez, really iced the game tonight.
Yeah, he is really a difference maker, maybe the X factor there. And there were a couple of players that were actually out in this game here. The Panthers had a couple of starters that weren't playing in this game due to injury. Justice Free, they get him back for this game and for the rest of the season, and what a difference maker he is, because not only did he have that big play, but they had to double team him, and they couldn't get around that corner when he's there. He's just such an impact player when he's in the game.
He makes everybody else's jobs easier, just like Jordan Nichols says, and I'm sure they're very, very happy to have him back. And like you mentioned, Carlos, there was a couple of players out tonight, so just imagine when the group is healthy, what they're capable of doing. So you got to feel pretty good moving forward once they get healthy, what they can do.
Big game also for Michael Martin. He came in here. When he gets the football, there's always a chance that he could break open the big one.
Yeah, that's a good point, Carlos. That's a new spark plug to the offense. And I mean, when you think about it, the offense only scored 7 points in 6 quarters if you count last week. So, that's a tough little break there. That's a tough stretch to have. And then, boom, the second half, they were able to score 21 points. Well, the 14 by the offense, right? But
21 points overall. I like the way AJ Gonzalez also played. Making those adjustments in the second half, because in that first half, it looks like some of those passes shouldn't have been made.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Carlos. Just like you brought it to his attention where adjustments were made. So instead of going deep, he took what was given to him underneath and made some nice plays there to the receivers, got some key first downs there to extend drives.
All right, well, we'll wrap it up here. Once again, it is a victory for the Weslaco Panthers, 21-0. They're now 1-1 in district play as they beat the Hanna Eagles. Next week, Harlingen Cardinals. That's right. It doesn't stop in this district. They will be at Bogus Stadium. For Mike Gonzalez, Carlos Robledo, and everybody here at KWES. Good night, everybody.